let's start the class. Okay, let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mm, So last class, where are you last class? So last class we discussed so Helm, right? So how to add a Helm repository,
Yes, sir.
existing Helm repository, and so how to check that one. Let me start the server. So enter most of the people they are asking mostly what is Helm and what is the default directory structure in Helm chart, and so how to create our own chart and how to deploy our application. That is one way. And second part is so no need to create your own chart. So no need to create our own chart. And so already someone is created. How to add those and all, we can check it. So now go to here, CMD, and go to here, just to check it. CD space Kubernetes. CD space Kubernetes. What is the command? Helm space ls. See here, if you use a Helm space ls, so this is yesterday I created one release name,
Sir.
test-tomcat. This is a release name, right? So let me remove this release. How to remove all releases? This is a command. Helm uninstall and install and release name. What is my release name?
Thanks, Tom.
Test-tomcat. Tomcat. Test-tomcat. So see here, there is no delete option. Just if you want to, if you want to, if you want to uninstall, if you want to uninstall existing releases and all. So this is the command. So already same only. If you want to create any chart, if you want to create any chart, so what is the command? Simple command. Helm space create space and chart name. This is the syntax. In interview, most of the people they are asking this command. So how to create a chart? Okay. So how to create a chart? This is the command. Helm space create space chart name. So this is one way. Or what is the second way? Already someone is created charts. No need to create manually our side. So how to use existing charts and all. That is very very important. So what is this? So go to browser, artifact, artifacthub.com, artifact hub, artifact hub. So if we click on here, this is the official website. Okay. If you want to search any chart, if you want to search any existing chart, first we need to search repositories. So yesterday already know, right? Just search whatever you want, NGINX. See here, if I click on this, now this is the one so repo already someone is created. So no need to create manually. See here, NGNX, NGNX open source package by Bitnami. And if we click on install button, see here it is gives two commands. So this is the repo. We need to add this repo. That's it. Now if you go here, so Helm repo ls. Yesterday I added one repo, right? Now see here, Bitnami, same repo I added yesterday. Now no need to add again. So if you want to use existing charts, so what is the command? So first you need to search Helm, Helm search, Helm search repo. And what is your repo name? This is your repo name, Bitnami. What is the repo name? This is your repo name, Bitnami. This is your Bitnami. Now see here. So here almost 130 charts available. Whatever you want, we can use it. So last class already I shown Tomcat, how to deploy Tomcat, and also how to set up Jenkins server. And if you want to, these are the existing charts. Clear, Kishore? These are the existing charts. So mostly interview they are asking this one only. So how to add existing repository or how to create an own chart or how to add existing repository, and from that repository how to install, how to deploy your charts and all. This is very very important. Now So clear? Anyone any doubt here? Clear, Kishore? So this is the common commands. So hardly we
Yes, sir.
have four commands only. Hardly we have four commands only. So hardly we are using four commands only. Interval also most of the people they are asking so this only. Now if we go here, click on here. So these are. So if you want to create manually, command helm. If you want to create manually any chart. So what is the command? So what is the command? This is the command. So hardly. So helm. Size is not increasing. Go to 20. Okay. Now this is a command, right? Helm create chartnet. This is the first command. Now, if you want to install, if you want to deploy, helm install release name. These are the commands and chartnet chartnet. This is very very important. This is how to create manually your chart. Suppose if you don't want create manually, so that case go to artifact hub. Arti, artifacthub.com and search here whichever you want. Search the whatever you want. So search here, search it, and first we need to add the repository, existing repository, same. Now I searched nginx and click on install. So only two commands. So these are the two commands. So what are those commands? Helm repo add your repository name. This is the existing repo name. Someone is already created. If you don't want create manually, so just add that existing repo. And so this is the first part. And what is second step? We need to deploy. So we need to deploy. Already you know, right? This is same only. Helm install. So helm install. And if you want to search, so helm search repo and repo that is a chart name bitnami. If you search it here, almost we can see 130 charts available here. This is right. As of now, we can see 130. So next week they can add more charts or they can remove some charts. So now, as of now, we can see 130 charts. So in the charts, which chart you want to install? This is the command helm install release name and release name space chart name. Release name chart name. So chart name means bitnami slash if you want to Jenkins or so if you want to install Tomcat helm install release name release name, and if you want to set up Tomcat server, so bitnami slash Tomcat server Tomcat. So if you want to install WordPress helm install, this is the deployment, right? So release name space so bitnami slash WordPress. Clear? These are the only four commands hardly. So interview also they are expecting only these two. So once a chart is created, what are the files? What are the directory structure available in our chart? So you know, right? So what are the directory structure? Already last class we seen, right? So if we go here, so one is chart.yml YAML file and charts and templates. Under templates, so we can see deployment.yaml file and so service.yaml file. We need to know this. Most of the people they are asking this structure. Next, HPA horizontal pod auto scaling YAML. Next, service. What is this? Total 5, right? Deployment to service HPA ingress dot YAML and so service account dot YAML. These are the structure. And apart from this, there is one more file values.yml file. This is very very important. So mostly this is the default configuration available here. So if you want to update anything, so mostly we need to update this file only. What is the file name? Values.xml file. YAML file. YAML or YML. Clear? So if you create any chart, so by default it will generate these are the file structure, these are the folder structure. Clear, sir? Hello, am I audible? Okay,
Yes,
clear,
sir.
sir?
Audible, sir.
Okay. So these are the very important. Just remember. Now today we are going to discuss. So what is liveness probe? What is readiness probe? Very important. Readiness probe and liveness probe. So now if we go here, if we go here, so now by default we are creating pod, right? So if you go here, we are creating pod. So this is the, I am creating one pod. This is the pod. So inside pod, application is running, correct? So this is my pod. This is very important. Enter also most of the people they asked. This is the pod. So inside pod, so we have a container. This is the container. This is my container. This is nothing but application. So this is my container. This is my container. This is my container. This is my container. Container. So here my application is running. My application is running. So if you send any request, for example, I am the user. For example, I am the user. If I send any request, I am the user. Suppose if I send any request, so I am the user. I am the user, end user. I am sending the request. Request means, so I need to access my application. So I need to access my application, correct? So I am the end user. I am the end user, correct? End user. If I send any request, so the request go to your container. In container, application is running and you are getting response. This is the default behavior. We are getting response, right? Response. We are getting so response. Suppose in case my pod is not working, there is some problem on my pod. So if the pod was crashed or it is deleted, so can you able to access your application?
No, sir.
No, right? That is the default behavior. Usually, if pod is not running, we cannot get a response. We are getting error page, correct? By default, we are getting error page. So usually we are getting also error page. Usually we are getting also error page. If you are not your application is not running, so we are getting also error page. We cannot access your application. Now, how to handle this situation? So how to handle this situation? This is very important. So this is very important. Interview also most of the people they ask this question. What is liveness probe and what is readiness probe? So if you go here, just search it. Ready, readiness probe in Kubernetes. So readiness probe in Kubernetes. If you go here, this is the official website. See here configure liveness and readiness. So concept is very simple, but you need to understand. Try to understand. Try to digest how it will work. So now if you go here, let me explain here first. You can easily understand. Now these are the two parts, guys. So these are the two parts. Just try to understand. This is the one part. So this is another part. So now both two parts. So two parts same application is running. So this is the part one. This is the part one, and this is the part two. This is the so part two. So this is my container. This is your application container. This is the your container. Inside container application is running. This is one more container. Container, you know, right? Inside the container parts are running. So this is my application. This is my app application. This is one more application. Same application. Two parts. Here replicas count is I given two. Replicas replicas count. Replicas count I given two parts. Two means how many parts it is running by default? Two parts.
True, sir.
Okay. Now if we search kubectl, kubectl get SVC means now, so every pod has unique IP address, right? I hope this is a basic point. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Every pod has unique IP address. So this pod has one IP address. Just assume 10.0.0.1. Just assume whatever it may be. This is one more IP. So for example, 10 dot, so 0 dot 0 dot. So this is the pod IP. This is the pod IP. If we search kubectl get svc, and there is an endpoint, right? In the endpoint, there is one endpoint, right? Endpoint means a request to go to, so a request to go to maybe this pod or this pod. For example, I am the end user. I am the end user. Maybe my request to go to this pod or my request to go to this pod. There is no guarantee, right? Yes or no? So I am the end user.
Yes,
I
sir.
am the user. If you send request, I am the user. I want to access my application. So I want to access my application. So I am the end user. So I user. So he is the user. So user send request. Maybe request to go to this pod or request to go to this pod. Now both are running. So both are available. Now response from we are getting response from any one server, any one pod. Suppose in case my pod is not running, this is unhealthy. Just assume. If you are not unhealthy, we are not working, right? Usually, same way, there is a this pod is unhealthy. Unhealthy means it is not working properly. See here, this pod, this application is unhealthy. Unhealthy means it is not working. Now, if I send request, obviously we are getting error page, right?
Yes, sir. Correct.
Correct. So why I need to send request this pod? This pod is some problem. Yes, this is not working properly. There is some problem. If we send request this pod, usually we are getting error page. Now I want to remove from this pod from endpoint. So generally endpoint is nothing but a request to go to these two parts. Now here we can see this IP address. Here we can see these two IP address. So here we can see these two IP address. So what IP address we can see? So here we can see always my font size go to decrease. I don't know. Okay. Now go to here. This is 10 dot 10 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0. This is the one, right? This is the one pod IP. One more pod also 10 dot 0 dot 0 dot 2 I given. Now if both are working fine, now both IPs will send request to any one pod. Suppose if one pod is not working, this is some problem. Now I want to remove from this pod from endpoint. If user is sent, now request to go to this pod. No, right? అర్థమవుతుందా కిషోర్? For example, if both are working fine, you request to go to any one pod. Your application, you can access your application. So now here situation is this pod is unhealthy. This pod is not working properly. Why I need to send request this pod? Time waste of the time, right? Now I want to remove from this pod from endpoint. So now I want to remove this IP address. Now always you request to go to this pod only. Now got it.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Now after some period of time, okay, unhealthy, okay. So after some period of time, what is the problem? We don't know, right? We want to restart this pod automatically. How to restart? So that and all we'll see. This is the concept liveness probe and readiness probe. Now this is very very important. Real time also most of the cases we are using configure liveness and readiness and start the startup and probe parts. Okay. This is very very important. The concept is very simple only. First try to understand. Now if you go here, now come to here, kubectl delete all hyphen all. I am deleting all existing resources. Now I don't have any resource. I don't have any resource. Now dir first we'll see. So readiness probe. Next we'll see what is this liveness probe. Now notepad readiness probe.yml. So now this is the manifest file. This is the replica set. Whether we can use replica set. So API version equal to v1 kind equal to replica set, or we can use a deployment object, or we can use pod, whatever it may be. Now here I am maintaining how many replicas? Observe here. How many parts
Three,
it will
sir.
create? Three. Usually it will create three parts. Remaining story same only. I hope you know, right? Now if you go here container section, here there is a one more extra properties we need to add it. This is very important. So readiness probe. This is the readiness probe and HTTP get path. So what is this is your application context path. For which name we have to access your application. For what name we have to access your application. And this is your server port number. How to access, right? This is the Tomcat server. What is the Tomcat server default port number? 8080. I hope you know. Now, initial delay seconds. Once pod is ready, once pod is running, okay, after 15 seconds, now we can get after 15 seconds it is available. Initial delay seconds. Now pod is created. Now pod is running. Immediately do we get a response? No. After 15 seconds only we are getting your output. Now timeout seconds. Suppose if pod is not ready. See here, the pod is problem, right? The pod is problem. This is not working. This is unhealthy. After 5 minutes, sorry, after 5 seconds, so we are getting a error page. We are getting error page. Next, period seconds. Now 60 seconds I given here. What is I given? 60 seconds. Now try to copy this one. This is remaining story same only, same part only. This is same information. Extra we have to remember this concept. Now we are discussing only this one. Copy this one. Go to here. Now paste it. Now I paste it. Now observe here. So now we can easily understand. Now this is the readiness probe. This is the readiness probe. HTTP get. We are always we are sending HTTP only, right? HTTP or HTTPS. If you go browser, if you see any request, by default we can see HTTP or HTTPS. Now see here, what is this? HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure Way. Okay. So anyway, our request go to HTTP and this is the path. So if you want to access your application, what is your context path? I am accessing my application this name. Now this is the default port number. This is your Tomcat server port number. Okay, your application port number. Not only Tomcat, your application port number. Now got it. Now we have to remember only these three lines. Initial delay seconds, timeout seconds, period seconds. Initial delay seconds means now pod is running. I deployed my application. My pod is running. After 15 seconds, we can able to access your application. Now got it? Clear, Kishore? My pod is running. Immediately do we get response? No. After 15 seconds only, we will get
15
response.
seconds only.
Now timeout seconds. Suppose pod is not working. For example, this pod also some problem. Just try to understand. This problem, this pod also some problem. Now, so it is trying after 5 seconds, we are getting error page. We are getting, it is trying to search. After 5 seconds, we are getting error page. Now got it? Now,
Yes, sir.
for example, this part is running. This part is the problem. Now, what is period seconds? Every 60 seconds, it is send the ping command, checking whether this pod is running or not. We are getting response from this pod. Now, if you go here, for example, right, ping space Google, okay, www or google.com. Now, if we give this, now we are getting response, right? Now, see here reply. Now, got it. Now, got it here. See here.
Yes, sir.
So, we are getting reply. Suppose if I give wrong domain name, for example, I am giving extra. Now, see here. This is also one domain name available. Suppose I given my name. So anyway, my name domain not available, right? So now see here, I given. See here, now we are getting time out. That is this. See request timed out. What is this meaning? We are not getting any response from this domain name. Correct? See request timed out. So this is what it is doing here. Every 60 seconds, it is pinging the particular pod whether it is available or not. Whether it is available or not. Now got it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now see practically how it will work. So this is the manifest file. Only we have to readiness probe, HTTP get path. This is your context path. This is your application port number. Initial delay seconds. Once pod is ready, after 15 seconds we will get a response. Timeout seconds. If any something goes wrong, so we will get so error page. So period seconds means every 60 seconds it is sending request to that particular pod, whether it is running or not. Now this is your service object. I hope you know what is service object. Why? So let me run this manifest file. How it will work. Now see here, Control C. Okay, CLS. And so see here, kubectl apply -f, apply -f. And what is my manifest file name? Readiness. Now got it. So now see here, your parts are created, service object is also created. How to check it? Kubectl get parts. Now see here, how many parts are running? 3 parts. So I given 15 seconds, right? So if you see here, this is 15 seconds, this is 5 seconds, this is 60 seconds. Total how many seconds? Almost 80 seconds, right?
Yes, sir. It is
Now
second.
we have to wait. So now see here, it will take time. Now it is creating parts. So immediately it won't create. Immediately it will create. It is creating parts after 15 seconds, and this is the 5 seconds, and this is the total 60 seconds. Now it will take almost 1.5 minute. Now check it. So slowly it will take time. We have to check. So all parts it will come to so running state. Now 0 by 1, right? Now we have to wait 1 by 1. We have to wait 1 by 1. And now see here. So total how much seconds it will take? 62 seconds.
62 seconds.
Now your parts are running. Now check it. Now check the service kubectl get svc. So kubectl get svc service, right? So this is the service and the load balancer. Now we can able to access our application. What is the external IP, guys? Localhost. Copy this, go to browser, just type localhost slash, what is your context path I given in my context path? maven web application. Now same name I have to pass here, maven web application. Now are you able to see my page, my application? Is it working or not?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
now it is working. Now I want to show one more point. Try to understand. kubectl kubectl describe kubectl describe and svc. What is your service name? Java. This is my service name. Now if you observe here, total how many parts running? 3 parts, endpoints. See here, your request to go to maybe this pod or this pod or maybe this pod. Now got it? Now clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now wantedly I want to do some right, mistake in one pod. Now first connect your server, that is nothing but your container. So how to connect container? kubectl get parts. Now we have 3 parts, right? 3 parts. Okay,
Yes, sir.
in 3 containers. Now I want to connect any one container. What is the syntax? How to connect? kubectl, very important.
CTF.
Enter also most of the exec hyphen it pod name.
That
Now got it.
part name, sir.
Which
Okay.
pod you want to connect? Pod name space hyphen slash bin bash. I am connecting my container. Now see here, I connected my container. Okay, I connected my container. Now, so dir, so here I am going to remove web apps directory. You know, right? What is this? Your application is running here only, right? Yes or no? My application running in this directory only. If you want to, we can
Yes, sir.
see cd space web app. Now ls. Now see here, your application is running maven web application. Now I'm going to delete this folder. Now see here, now I'm going to delete this folder. Now how to remove rm space rf. What is the folder name? Directory name? Web apps. Now got it? Clear, Kishore? Now
Yes, sir.
wantedly
Yes.
I am deleting, I am doing some mistake. Now pod is problem. Now pod is problem. Now come here. Now come here. Just refresh it. Now see here,
404 hours.
404 error. Now we are getting error page. Okay. Now error page. Now see here. Now check the here also. Exit kubectl get parts. Kubectl get parts. Now it will take time. Now we can see one pod is problem. Correct? Pod is running. Inside pod container also running, right? Inside the container, my application is deployed. Okay. Now, if we observe here, how many endpoints there? Three. Correct?
Three and one,
Three
sir. Yes.
pods. Now, one pod is problem. After 60 or 70 seconds, automatically it will remove one endpoint. Which pod is not working? It is removing that IP from this endpoint. That is the problem. This pod is problem. What is the use? Why I need to send request this pod? Correct? Now I deleted this application. My application is not running in this pod. Even if I send request this pod, I am getting error page. Correct? Only these two parts.
Yes,
This
sir.
pod only live health state. I want to keep it only this pod. This pod I don't want. Now see here, check it whether it is remove here 3, right? Now check it and I can easily understand. See here, kubectl describe kubectl describe svc service name. Now it will take time. Now wait some time. Automatically, so one it will remove the IP address from the endpoint. One pod is removed from the endpoint. One pod is removed from the endpoint. One pod is removed from the endpoint. So it will take time. So slowly it will remove after. Now got it? This is the concept. So this is the readiness. Readiness means if pod is problem, if pod is crashed. So I don't want, that is we are not getting any response from this pod, right? I want to remove that pod from the endpoint. I want to remove that pod from the endpoint. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now we'll
Yes.
see. Automatically it will remove. Till it is not updated. kubectl get describe. We can see only two. We can see only two. Now this is the problem, right? Now see here, we are getting so now it is go to request to another pod. Now request go to another pod. Okay. Now see here. Now I refreshed. Now request go to another pod. Now application is accessing, but automatically it is removing. See here, removed or not?
Yes, sir. No, two parts
See
is
here,
there.
here three pods available earlier. Now one pod is crashed. Wantedly I do some mistake. Now that application is not running properly. Correct? So now why I
Yes,
need to
sir.
send request that pod? Waste, right? Now automatically what it will do readiness? Automatically it is removing from the endpoint. Automatically that pod is removed from the endpoint. Now got it?
Yes, sir. Got
Okay.
it, sir.
Now what is liveness? Same story only. Now we can try to understand. So now liveness. Now this is readiness. Now that is removed from the endpoint. Now that is problem. Okay. Now what I need to do? What liveness will do? Liveness will restart your pod. Liveness will do restart your pod. Now got it? Liveness will restart your pod. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. Now I'm going to run that one. Now I'm going to run that one. Now go to here. So go to here. See kubectl kubectl delete all all. Now I deleted. Okay. Now I'm going to add both liveness and readiness. Now we can easily understand. Now notepad space so liveness. Okay. Now same story only extra added so liveness. Now see here. So this is the readiness. Now I hope you got it right. If pod is problem, we want to remove endpoint from the request. That's it. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, so if pod is problem, okay. So what we need to do? That is liveness probe. Liveness probe will what will do? It will restart the pod. It will restart the pod. it will restart the pod. There is some problem on the pod, right? So it's remaining same only. Configuration handle same only. Only liveness probe. Now see here, liveness probe. Initial delay seconds 15 seconds. Timeout seconds 5 seconds. Period seconds 60 seconds. Now got it. Now see here, remaining story same only. Now added readiness probe. Now added so liveness probe only. Now, go to here. I am running same thing. Clear? Now see here. First same only. Extra we need to add. This is liveness probe. What it will do? If pod is problem, what this pod liveness probe will do, guys? It will restart the
Again,
pod.
we'll go to
It will
start.
restart the pod. What readiness probe will do? Remove the endpoint. Remove the endpoint. Now got it? If pod is problem, it will remove the endpoint. No need to send request to that particular pod. Their pod is problem. After 15 seconds or this time period, automatically it will restart the pod. That's it. Problem will solve. Now we can see same story. Now I am running it. Clear the screen. CLS cube CTL apply -F. Okay. So liveness. So how many pods here? 2 or 3?
3 pots.
Here I given only one pod. Now we can easily understand. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So here I given only one pod. Now pod is problem. First I am creating pod problem. Automatically liveness what it will do? It will restart the pod. Now problem will resolve. Okay. Now that is the reason I given only one. Okay. Now no problem. Now see here I created. Now see here kubectl get pods. Now only one pod is creating. Now check it. Kubectl get svc. Now see here. So now see here. This is svc. Now check this kubectl describe. Kubectl describe describe svc your service name. What is my service name? This is my service name. What is the endpoint? Not a set. It is creating, right? Now get pods. Now still it is creating, right? Just wait. We given time period, right? Initial delay seconds 15 and the timeout seconds 5
Yes, sir.
seconds and last one, which is the last one, period seconds 60 seconds. So almost it will take 60 or 1.5 minute. Now pod is running. Now clear? Now pod is running.
Yes, sir.
Now see the endpoint also. See the endpoint. kubectl get svc. Okay. Now see here what is the endpoint? How many pods available?
Only one pot,
Endpoint.
sir.
Only one or
One,
two?
sir. One, sir.
Only one. Why one? I given only one pod, right?
Yes, sir.
Replicas
Reply
I
with
given
one, sir.
only one. Now request to go to only one. Once one pod, one application is running. Now we can able to access. So now try to understand. Now I'm going to access my application. Localhost / maven web application. Now we can able to access your application. Clear? Now let me connect this pod and container, delete the application. I am creating problem. I don't want, right? I want to do some problem on the pod. Now how to connect? kubectl exec -it pod name, correct? Space /bin bash. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now dir I am deleting this directory. Anyway, my I am deleting that entire folder. rm space rf, right? What is this command? Linux command, web apps directory. Now go to here. Go to here. Now can you access this page? ఇప్పుడు మీ పేజ్ వస్తుందా హోమ్ పేజ్ కిషోర్ I deleted my entire
Yes, sir.
folder, right? See here we are getting error page. Now we are getting
Yes, sir.
error page. Now what it will do? It is removing the endpoint from the, it is remove this IP, it will remove the endpoint. Now if you see here kubectl so get svc. Now after some time automatically it will remove the, see here, node. See here. Now see what happened. It is
Yes,
remove the
sir. Uncheck.
endpoint. Now Linus probe also already added. What it will do?
Again will be created, sir.
It will restart the pod. Already pod is problem. Correct?
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? Now pod is problem. I remove endpoint. Readiness probe will do what readiness probe will do? It will remove the endpoint from the. It will remove the endpoint. Now already added liveness. What liveness will do? Hey, there is a problem on the pod. So now it will restart the pod. Now what it will do? It will restart the pod. Now check it after some time. See here. Again pod is ready.
Yes, sir.
Now
Added
it is
part is
added to endpoint. Now go to here. Just refresh it. Now we can able to access your application. Maybe still pod is creating. It is restarting. Okay. After some time automatically we can access your application. I hope you got it right.
Yes, sir. Got it.
This is very important. What is readiness probe? What is liveness probe? Readiness probe means if pod is problem, it is removing endpoint from the service. It is removing the endpoint. What liveness will do? If pod is problem, after already we given some time period, right? So after that time period, it will restart the pod. It will restart the pod. So automatically again your pod will ready. Clear? Now see here, refresh it.
Yes, sir.
Now refresh it. Now check it. kubectl get pods also. Still pod is restarting. Just wait 30 seconds or 1 minute. Once pod is ready, so automatically we can access. In real time, mostly we are using readiness and liveness probe. We don't know right when pod is problem. We don't know right when pod is crashed. So that is the reason. So in the container section, we are going to add liveness probe and readiness probe. This is the syntax. This timing and all based on your requirement we can set it. After how many initial delay seconds, how many seconds, next timeout seconds, how many seconds, period seconds, how many seconds, this and all we can set it. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now I hope you got it right, Kishore. What is readiness probe? If pod is problem, pod is crashed, what it will do? Removing
Yeah,
the
we can delete it for
endpoint.
removing, right?
Endpoint. So what liveness probe will do? Restart the
Yes, sir.
pod.
Again will be part is right.
Which pod is problem? Which container is problem? Which container is problem? Which application is problem? What it will do? It will restart the pod automatically. So automatically, so it will problem is resolved. Now check it. Now running right. Now go to here. Go to here. Refresh it. Now clear. Clear, Sudhir? Kishore, clear.
Yes, sir. Clear,
Okay,
sir.
this is very, very important. So what is the liveness probe and what is the readiness probe? So if you want to go here, we can check it. Configure liveness, readiness and startup, how it will work. And if you want to, we can see what is liveness command and how it will work. And what is readiness command, what is the liveness HTTP request. So another kind of liveness probe use the HTTP get response. Already we added and based on this it will work. This is concept is very simple. First try to understand. Now this is the very simple only. So what is liveness probe and what is also liveness probe and readiness probe? If pod is problem, removing the endpoint. What liveness probe will do after particular these seconds? It will restart the pod. Problem will resolve. That's it. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. So this is very, very important. Interview also many people they asked. Just try to practice. Now almost Kubernetes all topics we cover, and so there is one or two topics pending. We need AWS account, and we need to more. So right now I am using Minikube, right? So that concepts I cannot run here. So okay, later I will show you. So that's it. Almost Kubernetes all topics I covered. And so next class I'm going to start any new one. Okay.